triangles, and we're determining the length of the short leg like we did in the last problem for number 6 of the triangle. So again, because we're looking at a 30, 60, 90, okay, 30, 60, 90, we're going to be paying attention to these equations over here. C is equal to 2a, so in other words, the length of C is equal to 2 times the length of A, and the length of B is going to be equal to A times the square root of 3. So again, my given is A, so first I'm going to solve for my hypotenuse, the long side, which is C, and I'm going to say that C is equal to 2, and since my formula initially was C equals 2A, I'm just going to I'm going to plug this in for A, which goes right here, so it's 2 is times the square root of 6. So when I look at this and I see that 6 can't be broken down anymore, I have 2 times 3, right? So you can't take the square root of 6 and get an even number. So that's pretty much it for C. So then I know that C is going to be equal to 2 the square root of 6 millimeters, because that's the unit that we're using is millimeters. Okay? So that's all there is to solving for C on that problem. So now I want to go back, and now I got to look at my next equation. And my next equation is B equals A square root of 3. So now I'm going to solve for B. Okay? Let's put C up here. We determined that C equaled 2 square root of 6 millimeters. So B is going to be equal to A times the square root of 3. And over here, we determined that A was square root of 6. So then what I have is B, put parentheses on it just because it's going to be times, so I want to put my parentheses there to just separate the two terms. Square root of 6 times the square root of 3, which is going to end up being equal to the square root of 18, right? Because 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take and I want to say that the square root of 18 can become square root of 9 times square root of 2, because remember, I want to try to break this down so that I can find a perfect square inside of this. And so 9, I can take the square root of 9 and get a 3, and then 2 is as far as it goes. So I can say that B then is equal to 3 times the square root of 2. And then my unit for that is going to be millimeters, so I want to make sure that I indicate that in my answer. So then when all is said and done, I had my given for A, so they said that A was equal to the square root of 6 millimeters. I determined that B equaled 3 times the square root of 2 millimeters. And I determined that C was equal to 2 times the square root of 6 millimeters. And that concludes my answers for number 7.